Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to the Tokyo Samurai Madden franchise. And we are in week 6 now. After a tough loss to the Aztecs, we're going to be playing the Orlando Overdrive in Orlando. We have a couple things to look at here. Let's take a look first at mock draft 1. So, right now, we are projected to be pick 10. And they have us taking a receiver, Ladarius Hinton out of Alabama. And yes, by the way, we are, if I didn't mention it before, we are using auto-generated. I don't really care about downloading a realistic draft class because this is a fantasy draft anyways, so who cares, right? So far, we don't know a ton about this guy, but he doesn't look too bad from what we do know. So there's that at the very least. One thing to note as well is that the Manhattan Hotshots have 2 top 10 picks. Who is that ended up being? Is that would that end up being the Rams then? Probably. Let me double check because I'm pretty sure it would be them, but want to just make sure I'm giving you straight facts here. No, sorry, it's the Browns, which also makes sense. They traded back with the Jaguars. But, I mean, receiver's definitely a possibility. Could also look to take a corner. I'm not really focusing at quarterback. I'm kind of going forward with Milrow as our guy for now. I do like this PJ Proctor guy at the moment. A, man coverage, B, zone. It's very intriguing. He's projected to go to our division rivals, the Jacks, so we'll keep an eye on that as we get further into the season. And the Jacks do have 2 picks, so that's the Rams equivalent there. But for now, receiver is very likely. It's very likely that we could go there. I could use a true receiver 1 because right now we're rocking with a bunch of receiver 3s or 4s. So, but that might not stay this way because we have a receiver breakout 2, part 2, week 6 press conference. Is this for Kadarius Toney? Has to be, right? Emergence of Kadarius Toney has been a big story that continues to develop. That is true. What's the goal for him this week? That's a good question. We're looking for him to be a big contributor in the pass game. That's what receivers do. We need to see if he can handle the pressure of being a main target. So he needs 125 plus receiving yards and a touchdown to get to star dev. We'll see. We'll see if we can do that. That's going to be difficult. Especially because... Okay, that's a glitch now. That's a new one? They said, hey, we're going to change it. Or is this... It has to be, right? That's got to be... Yeah, anyways, besides the point. He has not even crossed 90 yards yet, let alone 125. He also hasn't scored a touchdown for the past 3 weeks, so we'll see. I have a feeling that's not going to be the case, but we'll try. Now, a good thing to note is we leveled up to level 4, and we now have a 4th staff ability open. So that is nice. Let's look at our play sheets first, because we also lost Run Stopper. We are losing play sheets left and right now. I think Screen's obviously going to be in there. And then... Shot plays, huh? Possibly. We could also look to do dollar play sheet, though, because we're 1 game away from upgrading that potentially. But I'm not yeah, let's do it. Why not? Why not? And then for our staff abilities, they're really just hammering home the defense, which, I mean, fair. We're going to do the Blitz Buster here. And then, what's this one? Increase success against double team blocks. Honestly, I think mano a mano makes a lot of sense. So we could do that. I also didn't realize we do have these XP developments for the linemen. So that could be something worth noting. Also with the scouting. So, I don't know. I feel like... What do I want to do with this? I'm not sure. I kind of want to... I don't know. We'll go in with this week how we have it, but we might look to adjust that going further. We'll see. They also did update... they're playing this on the update day, and they added some new pictures in. So, that's nice. Let's see, injury for practice, we're resting Milrow. I don't mind that. Going full pads for mostly everyone else. DeJuan Jones rest, sure. Why not? Defensively, okay, that's fine, I guess. Cool. But we really need our defense to step it up. They have been really bad this season. Now, injury-wise, we are going to be missing our backup right guard, Bobby Hart, for an ACL sprain. And that's a rough one. Bobby Wagner going to be out for the week with a PCL sprain. And Micah Abernathy is still out with a broken finger from last week. So that's less than ideal. Then we have a bunch of guys who are probable, actually. Although it looks like all of these guys are actually on our practice squad. So not really too concerned with them. Especially because I'm not able to sign any of them on anyways. So, not a big deal. We do have a Broderick Jones upgrade. Please be a better pass protector. We need it. Decent little bit there, I guess. Cam Williams has 1 touchdown catch on the season, which is crazy. And, sure, he's developing. The other guys, I guess I'll do Patrick McMorris because he's a safety turned receiver. We'll do slot upgrade, see if he can get some route running. A little bit. Nothing crazy. He's still pretty poor as a route runner. And Seth McLaughlin, just be a better pass protector, please. I honestly forget if he's starting or not. I don't recall. But either way, I think that's all we have to do before the game here. And we'll see how the sliders... Oh, okay. We need to move someone over from Mike position, or to Mike position. What I was about to say was, I don't know... We're just going to move EJ Speed. I don't know if the sliders will play the same or not, because it's just common Madden issues, you know, where sliders get changed because of how the update affects it, like they play differently. So we will see how they react to the update. But without further ado, let's hop into this game against the Overdrive, who was one of my top picks for teams to play as, because I do think they have a really cool logo. But we are playing against them here, and we'll see how that works out for us. So, again, this is the Jacksonville Jaguars replacement. It's one of the teams that felt like just like natural to put there. We are in Jacksonville here, and here are the Overdrive. Is the Overdrive? I don't know. Grammar, whatever. But we're in our away unis. Jeez. Their uniforms are all right. You know, honestly, I'm kind of not mad with not choosing them. I know they have some cool alternates, but I do think our base uniforms are better. Now, we're going to kick off with QB1 real quick before I go to the depth chart to see what they're working with, because I forgot, to be completely honest. And that's going to be stopped at the 25. Oh, they have Russell Wilson as their starter. All right. Very interesting. We have 2, 2, and 3 teams going at it today, by the way. So, yeah, they have Russ. They also have Daniel Jones and Teddy Bridgewater. Wow. What a group of guys. Running backs, their starter, Jaylen Warren, seems to be out for whatever reason. He's not hurt, but they also do have Cam Akers, A.J. Dillon, Blake Corum. Nothing super spectacular, you know? They do have Puka Nacua. They also have Emeka Egbuka. So that's going to be a fun duo for them. And they have Elijah Moore. Darnell Washington at tight end. Offensive line, they're missing Dan Moore this week. So they're starting Carson Vincent. So I'm hoping Dorrance Armstrong can have a good game. They have Steve Avila, Tyler Biadasz. Quinn Meinerz is a really, really good player. And then Trent Brown. Their right side of the line's pretty good. But this left side is weaker, and we need Dorrance Armstrong to get home here and get some pressure. They have Montez Sweat and Kayvon Thibodeau at edge. They also do have Judon we might see a little bit of. They have Osa Odighizuwa and Shelby Harris at D tackle. They got David Long, Robert Spillane, and Foyesade Olokun. And then they got Jalen Ramsey, Rasul Douglas, and Jordan Lewis. It's a pretty solid corner group. And then rookie free safety Caleb Ransaw and Kobe Bryant starting at strong safety because Buda Baker is injured, or not injured, but it's just not playing for whatever reason. So I'll take it. But still, I mean, it's going to be a tough game here. I guess it's multiple weeks. It just doesn't show up. So Jaylen Warren and Buda Baker are both hurt, which fair. I just didn't say that they were hurt. So I'm interested to see what this offense is all about. If they're going to be a running offense, they do have a really great run blocker at tight end 1 in Darnell Washington. And here is a run on first down. That is Cam Akers for 6. Now, we have struggled recently against the run. I don't know why, but we have found ourselves struggling to stop them. So, even without Bobby Wagner, we're going to try to do a better job here, and that's not better. That's a great run to the left side. Cam Akers tracked down by Kalen Carson, and that's a big gain. 36-yard gain. Ugh. And it's just the run defense just feels bad. And this is currently how I feel as a Steelers fan. I'm like, how is our run defense so bad? And they just continue to be bad. We don't get better. It's frustrating. But 2nd and 7 here after a solid tackle. See what Russ is going to want to do here. I'm really worried about Puka Nacua today. And they're going to go short. Cam Akers again. Spins off of Kalen Carson. And does get a couple yards. Makes this a 3rd and 3. Oof. Kareem Jackson versus Puka Nacua. No. We're not doing that. They're going back to pass. There's an open man. It is... Who was that? Blake Borum with the catch. Broken tackles. First down. Inside the red zone now. At the 11. And here's another run, but that's a great play. Number 97, Arnold Ebikadi, who has been a very quiet edge rusher for us this season so far. He does have 11 tackles for a loss, it says at the bottom, but it doesn't really feel like he shows up too often. Here's Russ going to take it himself, and that's just terrible, terrible defense to let him just run up the middle there. He said, get this shit off my shoes, off my cleat, and they're going to score. First points of this game. So, I mean, offensively, I feel like we can stop them, but we need to just be more aggressive, I think. We need to put more pressure on Russ, especially on that left side. Here's Tony with the return to the 30. Now let's see what we can do on offense here. Jalen Milroe has had too many interceptions. I think he's at 11 right now. Only 10 touchdowns through the air. So I would love to try to reduce the turnovers because that's been a big issue. And that's kind of why we've been losing a lot of games, to be honest, is the turnovers. Sure, the defense has had their moments, but the turnovers have really been shooting ourselves in the foot, you know? We're going to start with a little screen here. Sure, they're playing off there, so I was like, sure, let's go Zach Charbonnet. Look at Charbonnet go. Had a lot of blocks there on the right side, and that's going to be a 30-yard gain to start off the game. So we like that a lot. And we do want to try to get the run game going. I know I've said this the past 3 weeks or so, but the run game has been so lackluster. And we just need to get this run game started and rolling because we have just been so one-dimensional having to go through the air. Here's Charbonnet with a nice run, getting to the 26. So I love seeing that. Love seeing the good runs. And I really like Charbonnet, and I think him and Dowdle have been a decent duo, and they can be a really good duo. But, I mean, the run blocking just isn't really there. But so far today, we are doing a great job. Gain of 6 there. We just need to make it more consistent. Here's a 2nd and 4. Charbonnet breaks one tackle, but loses a yard. And 3rd down and 5. So, let's see. What am I feeling here? I'm feeling this one. 2 tight ends. Got Roman Wilson going in motion here. Play action. Roman's open. Gets a blocker ahead of him. It's Connor Hayward down to the 11. They're going to say the 10, actually. And that gives us a 1st down. All right, we're going to have a little motion here from Io Manor. Looks like it's man. And it's going to be Jalen Milroe taking it himself. Juking back inside. Jalen Milroe rushing touchdown to tie it up. Let's go. The read option is so good with Jalen Milroe. And this one almost blocked. Very, very close to being blocked. But we do tie it up here. And that's a really solid drive. We ran the ball really well, actually, overall. So that gives us some hope that we can continue doing that. And hopefully that will take some pressure off the defense. So today, they average 165 passing yards. That's it. But today they have 16. So, not like crazy, but obviously they've been able to go down the field and score with only 16. Here's a play action here. And Russ looking to run again. He's going to throw a crossbody all the way down the field, broken up by Elliott and Dante Kent. Could have been picked off, but was not. I also am kind of just realizing how many Steelers his team has right now as a Steelers fan. Here's a screen. Oh, it's intercepted. Arnold Ebiketie. What a play. Oh, my goodness. I was so confused on what happened. It happened so quickly. But I was just talking last drive for him about how quiet it feels like he's been all season. But then he makes that play and shuts me up a bit. He said, hey, watch this. Reminds me of TJ Watt. He did that to Joe Burrow twice. But, I mean, that's just a great play. They try to go screen. Ebiketie, watching Russell Wilson the entire time, gets his hands up and gets the snag. Gets the snag for the pick, and that puts us in really good field position here. Already at the 21. And I'm loving that start. A little jet sweep fake here. Dowdle fighting through for 3. I will say this is also one of the weakest fronts we've played in a minute, so we definitely should be able to have more success on the ground than we have had the past couple weeks. Going out to Dupree, because I honestly pressed the wrong button. That's okay. No gain there. I do like this motion stick extra place here. Kadarius Toney on that in route there. I do like him here. No, I don't. He's not open. And we're just going to throw that one away. I wish I didn't hone in so much on Toney there. I know there's that challenge for his dev trait that it's in the back of my mind, and I'm thinking about it, trying to get him his yardage. But I saw Connor Hayward open at the beginning of that play, but I just didn't rip it because I was hoping Toney would have made a nice route on that, but he didn't, and I shouldn't expect that from him. He's not known for his route running for this team right now. Really hasn't. It's not where he's been shining, to be honest. There's been plenty of examples of him having a slow route. The first down, coming off of the turnover. Here's a quick one underneath Aguka with the catch and first down to the 40. Just a ton of space. And, I mean, like I said, well, they auto flip, so that's fine. But I was going to say, I want to try to target the left side of the line there. But that's okay. And that's going to be open, caught for first down. That is Elijah Moore for 20. And they're just getting chunk plays now, which is worrisome considering this defense's history with the chunk plays. And there's a flag. And that's going to be a false start, it looks like. What? Oh, gosh. They're going to call it encroachment on Dorrance Armstrong. And I don't believe it. I refuse. Refuse to believe that. 1st and 5 now. Here's a handoff, but EJ Speed's all over it. Lots of 3 on the play. He's going to be on the field more with Bobby Wagner being out for today. Here's another handoff. This one to Corum, and he's going to get 7 and makes us a 3rd and short. Third and 1. Under a minute to go in the quarter. They're going pass quickly to Iguka. First down. His second on the game. And I'm not liking our pass defense. Again, our corners just really don't put enough pressure on the receivers here and press. And here's going to be Russ scrambling, looking for something, throws it away. Also, love how they still have the Jaguars. I didn't even notice that in other games, but they have the Jaguars mascot still, which is really funny. Seeing him on the side there, it's like, you don't belong here anymore, but okay. It's kind of funny. Second down and 10. He's going to find Puka wide open and out of bounds. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We are up 3, but they are driving. They're at the 13. And definitely seems like they are in a good spot here to score. But I don't want that to be the case. The first down, they're going handoff here. Outside goes Akers. Devontae David with a good tackle to save a touchdown. And it's going to be 2nd and 4. Man. I'm not sure. They're going back to the pass here. They're looking for something. Please. God damn it. Elijah Moore with a touchdown in the back of the end zone to get the touchdown. And that's going to be the lead back towards Orlando. So, yeah, not a great example of our defense doing better at all. I think there's moments of hope there for sure, but we just kind of break down and get too many big plays. Those chunk plays once again being the Achilles heel for us. But it's all right, because it is our ball, first down. We have plenty of time still in this game. We don't have to worry about throwing it crazy yet. We're going to try a jet sweep here. We set up a little motion sweep last time. This time they're all over it, and they were kind of expecting it. It's Montez Sweat with the play. And thinking 2nd and 12. We're going to try this play here. See what we can get. I mean, I don't think the slot fade's ever going to work for me. I have yet to see it actually happen. And I panicked. It's Charbonnet with the catch. It was definitely not supposed to go to him because I forgot the buttons. But it's fine. It worked. And he gets the first down. So we'll take it. We'll take first downs however we can get them, to be honest. Here's a run. Charbonnet trying to juke to get past. Is that Odigizua? Yeah, but just not able to. 2nd down and 10. All right, we can't motion him. All right. We go quick screen. Kadarius Toney gets 3. 5. I don't remember how much we lost in the first play. 4 yards. There you go. Kadarius Toney is off the field, by the way. That's gonna be caught. That's gonna be picked off. Of course it is, because I threw it to just a stupid place. Robert Spillane with the pick. I don't have an explanation for why I did that other than me being stupid. So that's my explanation. Just have to be better than that. I can't throw that. Here's a throw. Of course, Darnell Washington getting the play for the first down. I would love if Deshaun Elliott actually paid attention, I guess. Would be nice. Ooh. I didn't realize Dollar. I forgot what Dollar's formation was, but I do like this actually. Oh, it's going to be a run for Russ. Slides for 3. Okay. Very interesting. Didn't expect the drop, but he's still mobile enough to make that happen. And here's a throw. Russ. Jeez. Darnell Washington is insane. 1st and goal. What a catch. Just... I wasn't expecting him to throw it that way. I was playing the run for him, and he said, hey, guess what? I'm going to just throw it to Darnell. Here's a run for Ibuka on the reverse there. Jet sweep. Levante David there on the tackle. Second and goal. They're going run. Nice spin move for Corum for the touchdown. And yeah, this defense is so bad. They really are. Like, there's only so much I can do with my play calling. Oof. It's tough. Very tough. All right, we're down 11. We can't throw picks. The turnovers, again, we need to stop being stupid. We need to go to who's open. Don't try. I think the issue I have is I focus too much on trying to get the football to the person who has the challenge, right? So that's why I kind of was like messing up here. So that's what I definitely did. Charbonnet on the Wildcat gets a yard. Yeah, the problem is I'm like, how can I get this to Kadarius Toney? And that's part of the issue, is that I'm thinking too much about that, not enough about just getting good gains, keeping the drive alive, trying to go down the field and score. So I need to do that. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 here. And open. Someone gets open. I mean, I like Kadarius Toney there. What a catch, diving over the middle, 1st down. Great play, Kadarius. Really, really great play. And I mean, that's a good way to get himself involved after really not getting too much. Had that one screen pass in the jet sweep earlier, but those weren't really successful. Here's Dowdle breaking a tackle and fighting off some defenders. And of course, as I say that, Kadarius Toney is hurt after that gain of 6, which is really not good. Not even for his challenge sake, but also just for the sake of our offense. He's been our most productive receiver. Roman Wilson and Iomanner are not that good, to be honest. And there's Charbonnet with the run up the middle. Very easy 1st down. He will be back. We're going to substitute him for now. I want to give him an elbow pad to come back in. But I'm just going to say, hey, for now, rest. Let's see what we can do. We have plenty of game left. We'll go from there. Here's Dowdle with the run. Broken tackles. 6 yards. So maybe the whole thing we need to do is just go in a heavy set, heavy formation, get our fullback at tight end, get our center at tight end, and let's do this thing. Here's going to be a run for Milroe. I liked this play from the Jags before whenever we played, not the Jags, from Trevor Lawrence earlier in the season when we played him. And that's going to be Jalen Milroe's 2nd rushing touchdown on the game. I love that play. That play is fun and can be really effective. And it's a 1-score game again, just like that. So run game has been very good today, which is good because we just lost Kadarius Toney for a little bit. We need our run game badly. We also need our defense to, get some stops here. Ideally, would be nice. And they're going to start at the 27. So Russ has been doing pretty decent against us. I want to pressure him. I want to get some pressure. it just doesn't seem like we can get it. He gets the ball out too quickly. It's not ideal. And here's a run. And that is Cam Akers for only a yard. Levante David with the tackle. So very happy we have Levante David still. On 2nd and 9, they got Corum, who's been very effective for them. And there's Darnell, who also has been. And they get a first down. Here's the issue, right? They're cooking zone right now, but I promise you, man coverage is only going to be worse, and it truly would be. We'll have to run some man plays, but for now, just trying our best with zone. But it is 2-minute warning here, so they are going to start throwing it a bit more. It's not for sure that they're going to throw it a lot this drive. I mean, they do have plenty of time. And here's Puka with catch and run to the 40. We can't seem to tackle still. It's first down. Motioning him out. And it's going to be Puka with the catch and first down. And again, man coverage just needs to be something we incorporate here. I hate it because our defense is so bad, and I don't trust them to do it, but we have to. We just have to at some point here. Here's a play action, and Russ just going to run up the middle, and it's going to dive down to the 11, and that's part of the issue with going man coverage, is that there's not as much of a contain on the runs from the QB up the middle. Here's a run. Cam Akers getting decked by Leonard Williams, who, if you want to talk people who've been extremely quiet this season, it's him. He has been non-existent, to be honest. He's unfortunately been a lackluster piece of this defense. And he really has just not done very much. Here's a throw. Overthrows Puka. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Very nice. We love to see it. So we're going to throw contain. Gotta try not to let him run it up the middle. And they went with just curls and spacing. They chose an interesting play here. Yeah, they chose spacing. It's an interesting one to go with. So Russ just throws that one out of bounds to take a chip shot field goal, which is good. 7-point game. And we do have all 3 timeouts and 33 seconds to work with. I would like to maybe get into field goal range here. Let's see what we can do. Roman Wilson on the return. And he's going to get tackled down at the 28. With 28 seconds left. So let's see what we can get here. It's going to be a quick Rico Dowdle. Nice juke. Take time out there. Gets to the 42. So pretty effective play there to start. All right, they're going prevent here. Of some kind. Again, we're just going to go short Io Manor and take another timeout. Just trying to get a little bit more yardage here for a field goal. There's Roman Wilson. Nice catch going out of bounds, so we don't have to use a timeout yet. Would like to get some more yardage before we have to take a timeout. And there's Dowdle again through the air, and that's going to be really well set for the kicker. So, I mean, it might be risky. It probably is going to be a risky idea, but I think we should try to throw up one. I don't know. They're not really they're really not like giving us a good opportunity to do that. So just gonna roll out and throw it away. I was hoping they weren't gonna go prevent. They did. So we are just gonna take our 3 now, and this should take the rest of the time off the clock before halftime. So don't hate the idea, obviously, of going for a touchdown shot there. I didn't want to actually throw it with each guy going to be having 2 or 3 players on him. I don't think any of my guys have shown that they can go up and get it enough to where they're warranting that throw. But we make the field goal, and we get the ball here, so we're only down 4. I'd love to do something good here. Here's Bill Krosky Merritt to the 29 on return. Very interesting. We're going to come out with Charbonnet here. Still no Tony. Dupree going in motion. Handoff. Charbonnet with the blocks ahead of him. I should have spun back inside or juked inside, but still a solid run. Gain of 7. Okay. We're going to give this one Van Summeren, who hasn't been super involved recently. And he's going to fight for the first down. Nice job stretching out for that one. And see if we can get them on the read option here. And we're going read option, and we do get them. And the blocks are there. Nice juke, Jalen Milroe. The speed. Jalen Milroe's 3rd rushing touchdown on the game. That's the only way we're able to get into the end zone this game is through Jalen Milroe's legs. And hey, we'll take it. He's such an electric athlete, and that's really what people saw in him to potentially draft him highly. He wasn't accurate as a passer. He had a good arm for the NFL, but just was an excellent athlete. Just could not really make consistently good passes, and that's really what we're still waiting on. But I'm happy to see at least we have the athleticism staying true here. But we're going to take the lead here, and we're going to kick this one back. So here is a return. Oh, big hit, but it's going to be from the 23. So, man, I don't know. Our defense is just so scary. Like, literally anything. I see anything, I'm like, I'm not happy with this. But that's a good play. Avery Young back in the starting lineup a little bit. Makes the tackle there. 2nd and 9 here. Jesse Bates has been kind of quiet today, I will say. And here's another run, but we're all over it. And there's Jesse Bates, along with Harvey, along with Ebikadi, on the tackle. And we're going to try this play out here. This D-tackle loop here. Trying to get some more pressure. We're going to bring 5. Have a little stunt in there as well. And that's going to work. Javon Kinlaw in on the sack to force a 3 and out. And we've missed that. We haven't really sacked the quarterback too much since week 2. Like week 1 and 2, we were getting a ton of sacks. I think even week 3 we had a decent amount, if I'm not mistaken, but still not consistently good. And Bill takes it back a little bit far. And who's number 28 for us? I don't remember, but he is hurt. And I mean, we'll check in on him in a little bit when we get that pop up, but can't remember. It's not Kent. It's not Carson. It's not none of our starting secondary. Move out of the way. Dowdle. It's going to come Darnold. Not quite. A gain of 6. But I got to say, the run game has been humming today. Change of pace for us, certainly. Here's a Charbonnet run, but there is nowhere to go there. Olokun with a really good tackle. But 3rd and 4. Still no Kadarius Toney on the field. He's still not coming back in yet. That's okay. And pressured. I wanted to get it to Dowdle, just not able to. It's Kareem Jackson. Torn bicep. Will not be able to return for the game. That actually does suck because he is our starting slot corner. So we're going to have Tyson Anderson corner or safety turn corner play. Slot corner, which should be we'll see how it goes. But EJ Speed with a nice hit. We really let an opportunity go there to score. We got a stop. We had a really nice defensive stop, and we just weren't able to capitalize. And here's a run up the middle. Cam Akers, of course, gets a 1st down. And again, sucks to see it, but it's happening again. And here's another run, but we're all over that. Harvey, huge hit in the backfield, loss of 3. Going gun here. Very interesting. Could be screen type play. It's not necessarily, but short pass for 10. And it's going to be 3rd and 3. They're coming out strong. They got their fullback in here, who is just A.J. Dillon, I believe. They're going to go pass. He's going to find a man. It's going to be broken up. It's Jesse Bates on Darnell Washington. Even though the size disadvantage is there, Jesse Bates makes the play. And we got Bill Crosby-Merritt still out in the return game, which is interesting. But here's a return for him. And Bill trying to break the tackles, just can't. To the 25 he goes. But Jalen Miller, 3 carries, 83 yards, 3 touchdowns. Every time he has ran it himself, it's a touchdown. So maybe, you might say, well, maybe that's just the sign. You should just run it with him again and see if you score. And that's fair, but we're not going to do that. Because that's not good football. Not necessarily. We go a quick throw. I did take a unnecessary hit there, but CJ Dupree on the PA boot going to get the 1st. And that's what matters to me. So 1st down. We're going to run a stretch here. And this one's Charbonnet with blocks ahead of him. Can we hurdle, man? We do, and he's going to get to the 46-yard line. What a play. I mean, the run game has been, it's like night and day between how we have played the first 5 weeks versus this week. It truly is a completely different animal right now. And here's Dowdle with a gain of 4, and part of that is their weaker D-line. That is true. But it also feels like our O-line and our running backs are actually playing better today as a whole. And we're getting hit as we throw it. Hayward can't bring it in. Incomplete. Third and 6 here. Still no Kadarius Toney. Gonna go back to Connor Hayward on the drag route, and it's gonna work. He's trying to jump over people now. Maybe not a great idea overall to do that, but it's fine. Big 1st down. And we're gonna try a little play action across here. I think they're expecting maybe a run. So that's what we've done a lot of the time. We're gonna go quick Roman Wilson, just too far for Roman. But, you know, I'd rather that. I'd rather that than a underthrow that results in a pick. But here's going to be a run. Charbonnet's going to keep it this time. Gain of 4. I think they definitely are playing the quarterback on the read options now, which they should be, considering every time Miller has ran it, it's been a touchdown. They gotta choose. And we're going out to Iomander for whatever reason with Jalen Ramsey on him. That's just a dumb idea. So, I don't know why I did that, but we're going to take 3. We're up by 6. So, still not fully taking advantage of our defensive stops here, but, you know, we're at least putting points on the board there. So, there is that. And they're going to get this one to the 26. Interesting. They're going gun, 2 tight ends. It's going to be play action here. Sacked again. It's Leonard Williams this time. Who, if you remember, I just said, hey, he's been pretty quiet this season. And it seems like maybe my my words are just really encouraging these guys to make some plays, because they're making plays now when they haven't been in a while. And here's more pressure. He's going to just throw this one quick to Blake Corum. We're all over it. So only 5 on that one there. We're going to bring pressure again. Hoping we can get through faster than they can make a throw here. It's going to be overthrown, and it's probably a good thing it was, because EJ Speed jumped that one. Because I knew he was going to go to Puka. I gave him a little bit of room, but then he threw it. I jumped over. Unfortunately for us, it was too high, but that's okay, because we still get the ball back, just not as good of field position. And a decent run there, a return there from Bill. Okay, Shepley, one-on-one. Please block. Oh my god. Well, Hayward didn't block Montez Sweat, which I guess is a bit of a mismatch, you could say. Let's see, let's get another screen in here. We haven't actually used the screen too much. Let's get a receiver screen here. And that's just a dumb decision. That probably should have been a pick. Should have been a pick 6. But luckily, the corner who attempted to pick it has no hands. That's one of those plays where I need to go out to Charbonnet there, or run it myself. Love whenever our players get stuck on each other, and we can't even hit Roman Wilson there. We're going to have to punt. Again, our defense doing a really good job, but our offense is just slowing down. And they're going to start at the 32. Okay, one more play before the quarter ends. Didn't realize we were at literally 1 second. Here we are. Here's going to be a run. Akers, nothing to gain. And a loss of a yard. So, close game. We are up 6, and I'm kind of shocked because of it. Because I'm just not used to it at this point. I'm not used to leading going into the 4th quarter. But 2nd and 11 here. We're going back to the pass quickly to, who's number 2 again? Ibuka. He's going to get the first down, of course. And that's concerning, because now they're going to want to throw it more. All right. First down. Motioning Darnell. He's going to be a pass here. And this one, what a throw from Russell Wilson. Gets to Darnell Washington. Lavonte David just not athletic enough to keep up with Darnell. And, I mean, that's a really good play. But first down. They're going to go play action again. Takes a hit, but Darnell again getting the catch. Jesse Bates saving the touchdown, but Darnell's at 100 on the day. Insane. I mean, it's working really well. First and goal from the 1. We're going handoff. They're going handoff. Corum, very easy touchdown up the middle. And with this PAT, they can take the lead. And they do. So they are up 1. Still 10 minutes left in the game, though. We do need our offense to turn some things around here. We got Mr. Bill on the return again to the 26 this time. All right, first down. Gonna go counter run. Charbonnet just caught from behind. It's a good tackle. I mean, we were probably gonna have a nice game there if not. But 2 yards is all we get. And we're gonna go quick Connor Hayward on the out route. Breaks a tackle and keeps fighting for the first down to the 44. Connor Hayward's a goat, man. I'm telling you. Crazy. Ooh, I think I want to go play action here. We will. We go quick. Of course, Dupree takes forever to turn around. All right. 2nd and 10 here. I'm liking Connor Hayward in the flat. I'm liking Roman Wilson on the zig route. We're going to go Connor Hayward, who has a step on Olodokun. And gets a little bit. It's 3rd and 3. Now, the thought with this play is get a first down. That's the thought. And Roman Wilson, great catch on the little hitch route. I don't know why I decided to go to him, who was double covered, but I did. So it's fine because it works. All right, we're going to try this tight end screen here. They're all over it. Just get this one to Roman Wilson again. Yard. 1 yard there. They're going to hand it off. Dowdle with some good blocks ahead of him. And he's going to turn up field a little bit to get to the 23. And there is an injury to Kobe Bryant. Not the basketball player, but the cornerback for the Overdrive. We'll play action here. We're rolling out. We're going. It's Milrow. He's going to find a juke here. Milrow stiff-arming, trying to get his 4th rushing touchdown on the game. Not quite able to. But we will take a great first down run there. Ooh, honestly, I think this might be better. Come on across, Roman. Roman Wilson. Move out of the fucking way. Roman Wilson, touchdown on the jet touch sweep. Roman Wilson with the touchdown. They want us to go for 2 to make this a 7-point game. I agree. We're going to hand this on off to Charbonnet. Dive in there for the 2-point conversion. My bad. And we're up. We're up again. By 7. 6.5 to go. And our offense feels pretty good right now, weirdly. It does feel good. Like we're able to move the football in all ways, shapes, and forms that we want to, which we haven't been able to do consistently. Okay, Deshaun Elliott on Puka Nacua. I know that's a bad idea, but we're going to run it anyways. And there's pressure. He's got to throw that one away. It's Lawrence Armstrong there, who I'm glad is actually getting pressure because he's going against a 60 overall tackle. And he's like a 79 overall edge rusher. Like, come on, man. Second down and 10. They're going play action again. And he's going to find a man quick, of course. That's Elijah Moore. 15-yard gain, under 6 minutes to play. Another play action. And he's going to go to the tight ends, the backup tight end. Jesse Bates can't bring him down. Somebody please tackle this man. He gets knocked out of bounds. Oh my God, it's CJ Uzama with the play. And that was disgusting to watch. It was really bad. Even Jesse Bates couldn't tackle him, apparently. 5 minutes to play. And here's a run. And there's Jesse Bates with the tackle. Gain of 5. All right, 2nd and 5 now. Here is another handoff. Come on, get there, please. Deshaun Elliott, please tackle, guys. Kalen Carson has to bring him down. 1st and goal. All right. Cam Akers pissing me off here. Under 4 minutes to play now. Jesus Christ, Darnell Washington wide open. I didn't even realize Ballore was on him. And that's going to be a game-tying PAT here. With under 4 minutes to play. Defense selling again. I'm hoping maybe our run offense can really run this clock down and maybe just go down the field, take a field goal, get out of here with a win. Go back to 500. Here's Bill Krosky Merritt with the return again. Getting to the 27. I'm going to try this play again. I don't know if it's going to work. Honestly, I'm going to change it to a halfback dive. I'm liking the dive more here. I should maybe have, but only a yard for Dowdle. Ooh, halfback toss crack. Sure, we'll still do it. And shouldn't have. Again, I felt the vibes were off, and I still did it. It's just not ideal to do that. 3rd down and 10. I feel like I'm selling right now. We get pressured. It's going to be intercepted. Jalen Ramsey, dude. Fuck off. Just fuck off, dude. That's so annoying. I shouldn't have thrown that, obviously, in hindsight, but he made such an insane play there. Where's EJ Speed? Please tackle this man. Fuck, dude. We're going to take a timeout. We kind of have to now. This is so unfortunate, man. Turnovers. Again, we were doing such a fine job not turning over the football. Here's a screen the other way. Jesse Bates can't get over there. Dante Kent pushes him out of bounds at least. For 1st down. Man, our defense is just so bad. Where's EJ Speed? Why is he not on the field? Ooh, high pass from Russ. We'll take that. There's a quick throw over the middle. Oh my God, it's a touchdown because people just want to tackle him into the end zone. Fucking hell, dude. I just don't understand. Please. And that's going to be the lead taking touchdown. And we're down 7. We have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning depending on how long this return takes. Roman Wilson with a pretty good return, and we get one more play before the 2-minute warning hits here. So we will definitely take that. We'll take the one play. Going out to Roman Wilson, and gets out of bounds, which doesn't matter, but good play for the first down. Where are we going with the football here? Where do we want to go with the football? Where do we need to go with the football? All questions that are important to ask yourself. There's Tony, still not in the game, by the way. Nick Morris, former corner or safety, playing receiver, as I'll say, every time he makes a play on the catch. And there's Iomanner with the catch, finally doing something good. And here's a timeout for Spillane down on the field. So that is going to be an injury timeout for the Overdrive. And I don't hate it for us. We don't spend any of our timeouts yet. Iomanner, what the fuck are you doing? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, Iomanner, he's got some development to do for sure. That's Roman Wilson. I don't know why I went to him. I should have probably went to Iomanner again, but I was just worried that he wasn't going to catch it again. And back to the pass. Roman Wilson, please. That's just too far. But there's going to be a flag. They're going to say that's pass interference. Hey, I'll take it. Jordan Lewis, what would have been a 4th and 10, is going to give us a new set of downs on 1st and 10 here at the 22-yard line. Holy shit, dude. Please, for the love of God, someone pick that guy up. We had literally no chance there. Instant pressure and sacked. 2nd and 15 now. Dude. These fucking idiots running into each other on their routes. Please don't. Dowdle just said, I'm just going to run into this guy here. For what? Because I want to. Okay. Fine. We're getting pressured. Please. That, by the way, was for Connor Hayward. Just throwing that out there. That was for Connor Hayward. That's fine. It's complete. We'll take it. We're not taking a timeout because fucking why not, right? And Iomanner with the catch. He's going to go upfield for the touchdown. Finally, Iomanner doing something good today again. That was a little sketchy of a throw, to be honest. Probably should have went to whoever it was. Honestly, though, I am feeling like we need to go for it here. I am, which is scary, but I think we do. I don't think we can stop them on offense or in defense. I need to take a timeout, too, because we have Jack Coco at receiver. And I don't want that. I don't want that at all. So the question is, who is going to be the one to make a play for us? And pressured. And, of course, it's going to be Jalen Milroe rolling out for the touchdown, for 2-point conversion to take the lead. 1-point lead here. And that was really the whole plan the entire time. Slightly in my mind, I was like, we should probably try to run it with Jalen Milroe. And we did. We're doing a little squib here, which is actually a really stupid idea. I'm only up 1. It's fine. They only get to the 33. But we need to stop here on defense. It's not over because they still have 2 timeouts to get into field goal range. mean, I'm covering literally nothing right now. He's going to throw it up. Double coverage. EJ Speed breaks it up. I was a little worried. Austin Siebert, the kicker. And they took a lot of time on that play, honestly. So it's going to be 7-second play that they just gave up there. But 2nd down and 10. They have 2 timeouts still. Going back to play action here. He's going to throw it deep. One-on-one. Dante Kent make a play. Let's go. Rookie on rookie action. Dante Kent makes the play, and that's huge. That is absolutely huge. And they're going to go Hail Mary here. We obviously are okay with that within reason. And Russ looking. He's going to throw a crossbody. Last play of the game. He's thrown it up. Incomplete. And we're going to come away with the win. What a game. Again, all of these games have been relatively entertaining to play, at least. And we were ballsy. We went for 2, which is on the flip side of what happened against the Luchadors earlier in the season when we won because they went for 2 and couldn't get it. So, because we just saw what our defense has done, and I'm like, I don't think we can do it in overtime. So, let's do it now. Let's get our point extra to try to win the game. If we don't, we'll go onside kick and hope. If not, we lose. And I would say, I mean, it works, obviously. Milrow. Huh? Dowdle had a pass? When did Dowdle have a pass? I don't remember Dowdle having... Oh, the jet sweep. Okay, never mind. Jalen Milrow. 2 picks. Still not good. Still can't be throwing picks. But he had 5 touchdowns today. 2 through the air. 3 on the ground. He was so electric today. And we're very happy with winning there, obviously. We just needed him to develop as a passer. Again, it's going to be very important. EJ Speed, he was fine today. Definitely would have preferred having Bobby Wagner, but, you know, he did his thing. So EJ Speed, good enough job. He gets an upgrade. And we, of course, didn't get 125 yards and a touchdown with Kadarius Toney because he was out for 3/4 of the game. You mentioned seeing if Kadarius could handle the pressure. Well, no, his bones couldn't, at least. So, he's resilient. I'm sure next time he has the chance, he'll be more prepared. Yeah, like when he's not able to play a full game. Yeah, I agree. We do have an injury. And Kareem Jackson out 10 to 14 weeks. That's IR. That's IR. That sucks. Well, there goes our slot corner. Kareem Jackson, 10 to 14 weeks with a torn bicep is killer. Because if you just take a little gander at our secondary, I mean, obviously as bad as it is, we now only have 4 starting corners, and one of them is a linebacker who's playing corner. So there's that. Tyson Anderson's going to have to step up to play some slot corner for us, but yeesh. That's an underrated loss that we have. I will say, though, if they had Budda Baker in that game, we might, and also if they had Dan Moore, we might have lost that game, I would say. But we do improve to 3-3. And let's see, as we go into week 7, let's see how the rest of the division looks before we call it a day. Ooh, we're on Monday Night Prime Time against the Athens Owls. And the Jacks do win, go to 4-2. And everyone else keeps losing. That's fine. Also, another thing that I think is interesting is that the Luchadors' only loss is to us because they couldn't convert a 2-point conversion. and that's it. That's the only reason. Also, Jalen Milroe leads the league in passing yards. Obviously, he's kind of had to. So there is that. Um, I'm very interested to see what this storyline is. But other than that, we will have to wait and see till next episode when we take on the Athens Owls at home on Monday night primetime before the bye week in week 8. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.